Okay, this is Upper Sand Cove Reservoir, located in southern Utah, just south of the town of Veyo, off of Highway 18. West a few miles on Lower Sand Cove Road, and you can hardly miss it on the right. This is a nice little pond, great for shore fishing, kayaking, or even float tubing. There is no access to big boats. There's no boat ramp. Thankfully, there's plenty of water in the lake right now, so that's good. During the warmer months, this is a solid largemouth bass lake, but you have to navigate thick weed cover. During the spring and the fall, it is stocked with rainbow trout by the Utah Department of Wildlife. Rarely do those fish exceed 15 inches, but there are lots of them, and they are usually eager biters, especially if you can get away from the shoreline. There are also bluegill in Upper Sand Cove, but not too big a size. They're mainly forage food for the bass. During the thick of winter, the lake does freeze over and is inaccessible. Now, right now in the fall, targeting trout is your best bet. So watch the stocking report and the weather report. Because of its location, Upper Sand Cove is susceptible to windy days, being up on the hill up there, high elevation. It can be brutal if the sun is hiding and the wind is blowing. But if it's warm and windy, a little breezy, the trout bite can be good. As far as bass are concerned, I like to wait till summertime and hit them hard with topwater lures early in the morning. Others, of course, use Ned rigs and drop shots. A spinnerbait along the weed edges can be deadly as well. But the water is pretty clear, so natural looking baits with natural action tends to be best. I've had my best luck fishing for the rainbows with small inline spinners like rooster tails and panther martins. If you've watched some of my trout videos, I also like to slowly troll shallow diving crankbaits like flicker shads from Berkeley size 5, or even some small floating minnows from Rapala. It's a great lake for fly fishermen and float tubes, and there's plenty of anglers that fish from the dam and from the dock with power bait. As of October 30th, Upper Sand Cove had been stocked in late September with about 2,500 10-inch rainbows, and supposedly rainbows grow about an inch a month, so there should be some growing rainbows that are eaters pretty soon in Upper Sand Cove. I've seldom had a lot of fishing pressure there, but it's possible, especially during peak trout fishing times, to have competition. But with Baker Reservoir back in action and fishable just a few miles away, Upper Sand Cove should have plenty of room to fish. I think the two biggest nuisances at Upper Sand Cove are the weeds, which can be both a blessing and a curse, but also the waterfowl, ducks and cormorants. The weeds just make fishing tough, but also they do provide cover for the fish. The cormorants eat the stocked trout, but considering the fact that they are stocked and restocked, it's not really that big of a deal. So I bet we've got about 2 months or so before the lake freezes over. Like I said, watch the stocking report from the Utah Division of Wildlife site for stocking times and size. Then head up the hill under the shadow of the old volcano. Catch some rainbow trout this fall at Upper Sand Cove.